Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another week of the Pokemon Swish Draft League. Alright, as you can see, I'm getting things set up here for this week's set of battles. The order above me is not necessarily accurate for the order we're going to do the battles in today, but those are the correct matchups. I figured since they were right, I didn't want to go through the effort to, reorder them. First matchup of the day is going to be the, if I find it on here, Squirtle Squad. That is cutting into my camera a bit. Let me fix that. There we go. Against Far-Fetched Gardening Club. The Far-Fetched Gardening Club. Which is the lone logo I forgot to move before this. So let's fix that. Then move it up a tiny bit there. Perfect. Okay. There we go. Squirtle Squad selected this team. And I just gotta get everything set up here. Let's see, we did Clara's music last week. You know what? Legend 1. Why not? We'll go through some of the legendary music. Haha. Legend 1. I try to mix it up and have something different each week. I know I've said that over and over again, but just one to reiterate. Alright, are they gonna... Are we good? Checking my phone, are we good? Alright, looks like we're good. Against this team, I'm not sure who to lead. Scyther could be good once it got going, but it could have problems early on against, Lopunny. Man, we're like a heavy-duty speed team this week. Let's go Arcanine, because since they do have some fairy types, they're not going to be very effective against fire, if that's, what they start with. So, hopefully we get this going soon. Come on, are you not ready to go? There we go. Okay. So here we go, match 1 of week 7. So we got the 0-5 Gardening Club and the 3-2 Squirtle Squad. Alright, let's see here. I don't think it's going to beat us in one hit or anything crazy, so let's go ahead and try sneaking in agility just so we know we outspeed everything. And we might be set up to go now. If it poisons us, that could be annoying. It did not, though. Alright, Flare Blitz. Sableye survives it. And will hit us with Poison Jab again. Alright, we're lucky enough it did not get the poison on us that time. Sableye sneaking in a Shadow Sneak. I had a feeling we might see that. It does have Will-O-Wisp on it, but since we're a fire type, I think that kept the game from throwing that out there. Oh, let's see here. What? I was going to say, they probably won't throw any of the fairy types. It's got to be like Far-Fetched or Lopunny, right? Speaking of which, I got to update. That was a knockout for Arcanine and a feint for Sableye. Alright, it is the Lopunny. We're going to Iron Head it because I don't think we one-shot it with Flare Blitz. So, we got to kind of play it smart here. See if we can get that flinch. Well, so much for playing it smart. I forgot I had Cute Charm. Alright, it did take us out, though. I was right about that worry. Okay. Oh, it's so fast, though. That's the scary thing here. Let's go Rapidash, actually, because then at the very least, if it hits us, maybe we get it burned with Flame Body. It's like we got that going for us. Alright, if we don't get beaten one hit, we have a Swords Dance up now. Alright, we didn't burn it, but we also didn't get beat by it, so that's good to note. I'm going to try high horsepower just because I don't want to take all our health yet. If we can beat it, I'd rather conserve some of our health if I could. Oh, they must have a speed tie because it went first this time. Huh. Okay. Also interesting that Flame Body didn't get it either time there. So they had a speed tie. I just thought we were genuinely faster. That's my bad. Who is faster of the three of you? 140, 123, 125. I would not have guessed that Espeon was the slowest of the three. Alright, Jolteon then. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We should be faster, so I'm gonna Rain Dance. Again, it comes down to if we can just survive a hit. There shouldn't be any speed ties, so we hit it with Thunder next turn. 3 for 3 on Mega Kick, by the way. Hasn't missed yet. Just throwing that out there. We do not take it out, but we do paralyze it. Paralyzation doesn't stop. 4 for 4 on Mega Kick. Four for 4 on the Mega Kick. Okay. What do they have left? They have the Fable is special, Gardevoir special, and Farfetch'd physical. I think Scyther is going to be our ticket if we want to try to win this. With it paralyzed, I'm not so worried about the speed anymore. I think it does have bounce, though, so we'll have to survive that, potentially. Though, again, with it being paralyzed, there's 2 chances for it to mess up bounce. I got the first part of it to work, though. Alright. We might be down in the red. Well, I mean, actually, yeah, we just need a hit. So let's not even mess around, just go X-Scissor. Once that's down here. I should have done Swords Dance again. That was dumb on my part. It was a free turn to Swords Dance. I went X-Scissors. I'm an idiot. Alright, both sides are paralyzed. That's actually very much not ideal here for us. We're fully paralyzed and can't move. They're fully paralyzed and can't move. Alright. Alright. Scyther fights through it. X-Scissors. There goes the Lopunny. Great showing by the Lopunny. Farfetch'd putting up a really good fight this time. They're trying to get win number 1 on the board. Dual wing beat. Farfetch goes first and goes with Slash. We're paralyzed. I say it probably. I think it has Brave Bird, but they were probably trying to avoid the recoil. Farfetch will take out Scyther. Okay. We're not looking so hot so far. Calm Mind. Because we're going to need a little bit of a boost if we want a shot. Like, even if we... I got to think ahead. Even if we do get by the Farfetch, we got to be able to take on the other two. Farfetch used agility, so it's probably going to be faster than us now. We do have a little more oomph, though, if it doesn't beat us. Here comes the Brave Bird. We do survive it. Farfetch'd will go down. I'm curious as to if we would have beat it, even with the Calm Mind. If it would have been... if it would have gone like Slash instead of Brave Bird. Alright, let's see here. It's Clefable versus Espeon. I don't think we're going to have enough in us to take it out, to be perfectly honest. I think we needed like 2 Calm Minds. Yep, we needed a second one. It looks like Gardening Club is going to get their first win. They sure are. The Farfetch'd Gardening Club going to get a victory against the Squirtle Squad with a 2-0 victory. It's another loss for me against the computer, but a nice job by the Gardening Club. They're in the win category, and the Squirtle Squad's still doing okay at 3-3. So, congrats on the first win, Gardening Club. Maybe they're going to go on like a little run here and get back in the playoff race. All right. Second match of the day, we got the Mystic Magikarp and the Great Garchomp. Once I find the logos, Mystic Magikarp, Great Garchomp. Right. Legend 1 again. Alright. Let's see how this one goes. This is an important match as far as the higher up part of the standings goes. We got Magikarp at 4-1 trying to get first place. Depending on how things go today, there's a chance. And the Great Garchomp, if they win, that's another team they've caught up to. By what they've got going on... I'm going to say... I'm afraid to lead either bird in case they lead Cresselia. If we lead Raichu, they're just going to put Steelix in. But then again, I think the Raichu knows Surf. So I'm going to do reverse order here and kind of work back from that. And we'll see what they do. All right. What do we got going on here? What do we got? Who's coming out first for the Garchomp? Altaria. Okay. I'm not sure if that thing has Moonblast or not. I know it can learn it, so it might have still been good to not have the birds to start. What do we got? That's nasty plot. Alright, Raichu is now ready to cause some destruction. They're going Dragon Dance, so they're also trying to build stats. Okay. I don't think this thing has Earthquake, though, because of, like, the way our rule sets were. Although, I guess it could have had Earthquake. It's weak to Rock. If I remember correctly, I think that runs Iron Tail. Let's see, 90, 90. One's got a chance to paralyze, parasize. Parasize, wow. Paralyze, gosh. Alright, it is faster now. There's the Dragon Claw. We didn't really like it, but Raichu tanked it better than I was thinking it would. Come on, paralyze. Darn it. It's worth a shot. Raichu's speedy enough, though, it's kind of worth saving if I can get a safe switch. We do have extreme speed with Lucario, so it could survive a Dragon Claw, and then even if we're worried about getting outsped, we could just attack first. So I'm going to try that. It did go Dragon Claw again. We resist it. Good. I don't remember what else it has, so I think we still go the extreme speed route since it did get that Dragon Dance up. If anything, we'll at least chip away at it more. Alright, we chipped away at it more. If we survive these, we do. We'll just extreme speed again here. Alright, Alteria's gone. If I knew we were going to survive as well as we did, I wouldn't have extreme speed that first time. Like that first turn out there. But, again, we had to do something. That was very, potentially worrisome. That Dragon Dancing Altaria. Steelix is up. I don't think this Lucario has any... Yeah, we're all physical. We can try to Drain Punch and get some health back, though. Man, that just shows how bulky Steelix is on the physical side. Man. Alright, it's going to go for Body Press. That's almost a guarantee. We're not going to hurt it as much because of that Iron Defense. Raichu's too low health. We could take it out with Surf once Raichu gets in there cleanly. That's neutral. Actually, that would be ineffective, but I don't want to take unnecessary damage on Zapdos. I'm sorry, Lucario. I think you got to take one for the team here, buddy. Like, I hope I did a good job kind of walking everyone through my thought process there. Okay, we did actually a little bit more damage than I thought we would there, to be honest. So that's a plus. I was hoping they'd get greedy and do another Iron Defense. Alright, well, Lucario still did a good job getting rid of Altaria. Alright, let's get Raichu in there. Since it did get some more damage on the Steelix, we can Surf. Come on. Alright, Steelix goes down to the Alolan Raichu. What do we got left? We got both Birds and Umbreon. Okay, they got Absol out there. If we don't one-shot it, we could be in trouble here. So I think, again, we take it out and save our speed for later. Let's go Umbreon. Because there's no way they're doing like a fighting move or something against Raichu. Let's work. Well, I don't remember what it has, to be honest. Let's go Night Slash again, so it must not have, like, a lot to work with. I've been using my own defensive Umbreon in Pokemon Champions lately. It's a beast. Let's dig. That'll also give us an idea of what they're working with. Are they gonna Night Slash us again? Oh gosh, they're close combat. Why didn't they do that last turn? If you had close combat, why didn't you? What? Okay. To be fair, Absol's a newer Pokemon on that team, so I'm still not 100% familiar with its moveset. But, again, why not? I guess maybe to avoid the defense drops? I mean, honestly, that's a pretty good hit. Like, Umbreon's not an attacking Pokemon. Like, that's a pretty good hit from an Umbreon using Dig. Like, the workup was actually, like, kind of successful there. I think we have to let it go, unfortunately, so we can switch something else in safely. Umbreon is defeated by Absol. Close match so far. Let's see, we're down to Cresselia, Scizor, and Absol against Moltres, Zapdos, and Raichu. Raichu doesn't particularly help against the Scizor or the Cresselia, so I'm going to put it out there, and we either beat the Absol or hopefully at least knock it, like, into the red. We should outspeed it, to my knowledge. Yep. And we got enough to take it out. Okay. Alrighty. Scizor is a problem. Dang, we didn't even do half. We are gonna. This could not be. This might not be great. This might not be great for us. I was really hoping we'd at least get half and then take it out on the next hit. No paralysis either. Okay. Come on, game, get greedy and don't go for, like, go for another Swords Dance. Come on. Help us out here. Go for another Swords Dance. It did not go for another Swords Dance. Okay, well. Dang it. But Raichu did whittle it down. So if we are able to survive a Bullet Punch, we can take out the I don't know if it's low enough for Sucker Punch yet, though. Let's see, we got Cresselia left, which is a death sentence for Zapdos. Well, no, I take that back. We have the Throat Chop, though. I'm going to throw Moltres out there. So, we can maybe take out the Scizor. Because even though Zapdos is weak to Cresselia, that Cresselia is very specially bulky. So I feel like a physical attack from the Zapdos is going to have a better shot. Either way, we're in a tough spot here. Man, the computer came to play this week. Yeah, we got a Sucker Punch because it's going to Bullet Punch. The Scizor does go down. Okay. I don't look as much like an idiot. Cresselia versus the two legendary birds. It's a battle of legends down the stretch here. Always saving grace is that the Moltres is a dark type. So we do have super effective moves on it. Fiery Wrath. Oh boy, less than half. That's not great. That is not great for us. That is super not great. Again, I was hoping we could at least get half. I was hoping we could at least get half. We don't have the attack for Sucker Punch to do the job from here. Oh, we got a crit. Okay, that helped. And it flinched. Oh, I think we have this now. I could... Well, we're faster. Fiery Wrath is 100, so we should win off of that flinch. The critical hit flinch combo leading to a victory. That was a huge... Like, to get both a critical hit and a flinch on the same turn. Like, we didn't do 2 Fiery Rats and get a crit one time and a flinch another time. We got it on the same turn. That was scary. Like, we needed that. Because if we don't crit there, they have enough health left to heal up. If they weren't already, they're either healing up or calm mining that second turn, and then doing the other, whichever one they didn't do the second turn on the third turn. And then we're in trouble because it could Moonblast, Psychic, whatever the freak it wants to do. So, that was absolutely huge. And that's going to net the Magikarp a 2-0 victory, pushing them to 5-1. Considering I picked them to be one of our top 2 teams at the beginning of the season, that prediction's looking pretty good. Now, Garchomp falls to 3-3, but they're still, like, they've still had a heck of a turnaround. They started out 0-2. They've made it back to 3-3. They are going to also still be a force to reckon with the rest of the way down the stretch here. Alrighty, game number... Hello there, everybody. This is Travis45. You know, Travis getting back into this. So you might notice it's a little darker now in the recording. This was filmed post the original video. The original video, for some reason, only filmed the first 2 battles, and then my recap at the end of the standings. So I'm attempting, we'll see how well this comes out in the video, I'm attempting to re-record battles 3, 4, 5. There's going to be some mistakes I make intentional because I'm trying to recreate the battle as best as I can. It won't get every critical hit right. I won't remember everything the computer did, but it's me versus me. I'm using one of my other switches. So we'll see how this goes. Trying to see if it's if we can get this as close to right as it was. Because I did the battles. I know how they turned out. One of them was a loss for me. I wasn't super thrilled about that, but I'd like to have a video of the battles, at least somewhat. So here we go with the first of those 3 that I'm redoing. It's Shuckle Squad and Pokemon Power. Let's see, I believe first time around it was Machamp versus Moltres in the lead. So I'm going to do Machamp versus Moltres. As you can see, instead of the CPU player, it's just me versus me. Because I'm trying to fix this in post. I don't know why I had my picture like that for the one on the left, but alright. Alright, originally I wasn't sure if it could take a hit or not, and I switched to Dragonite because I was trying to avoid Zapdos getting damaged. I probably should have switched it into Zapdos, but again, we're repeating what happened in the actual video. Well, what the recording that was lost. So we're going to take a hit, it'll be like half our health. We were confused in that one, so interesting that that happened again. Alright, then I was smart and switched it to Zapdos instead. Let's see. We did Rain Dance next, and they switched because the game thought I was going to use Thunder. At least I'm assuming that's what the game thought. It's hard to say what the game thought. And then I believe I switched in the Poliwrath when it tried Stone Edge. So if we're lucky, these low accuracy moves will still hit, so I can recreate the battle the way it should be, but we'll see. The only thing that missed was basically a few thunders at the end, I believe. We did not get a critical hit last time, but so far we're still not off schedule from like, oh, we're going to be off schedule now. That was supposed to be a hypnosis. I'm going to put Walrein in to take it, but yeah. I'll have to see if we can get Walrein to, like, I guess we could, well, I'd say Water Absorb, but I don't want to heal the Poliwrath. We'll figure it out. So that was supposed to be a Hypnosis turn. My bad there. I'm going to do Ice Beam because we're not super likely to freeze it. If it misses, we'll do Hydro Pump to heal it some. Okay, there we go. Alright, we're back on track now. So it put Walrein to sleep, and that's essentially all Walrein did for the battle. It didn't lose or anything, it just went back to the ball. I figured it was going to Drain Punch. No. What am I saying? I'm the one with Drain Punch. What the freak am I doing? I think I went for a Drain Punch because I wasn't going to go with a water move on it. And I believe that the game put Moltres back in. Yes, this seems very familiar now. Okay. So then what happened is I had to make a choice between switching in and out here, although we still had a turn of rain up, so if this attack misses, then I may have to redo this again. I'm pretty sure because I didn't want to take any damage, like, on one of the other Pokemon I stayed in, so it should Hurricane us for a knockout here. Let me check the numbers here. Did Poliwrath get a knockout? Poliwrath did not get a knockout. Okay, so it's supposed to beat us. I'm going to Drain Punch in case it misses since the rain's gone. I originally tried Waterfall, but again, like, that's it exactly. Plus, we had a little bit more health than this anyway originally. I would say I have to finagle it a little bit because I'm trying to, again, recreate a situation in Pokemon that's very hard to get everything to fall exactly the same. Alright, so we're kind of back on track now because the rain would have been gone now after beating Poliwrath. So that's where that ended up. I believe that Zapdos came in. It did its rain dance again. We did rain dance again because I knew they were going to switch out the Moltres. They put Rhyperior in. I hate having to redo a battle like this because it's less exciting because I know, like, I'm trying to plan out, like, exactly what happened. And we ended up switching to Machamp, who at the time I thought would avoid Horn Drill because I thought I had read somewhere that Oko moves didn't work with No Guard like everything else, but apparently they do. So it was Horn Drilled in the face. I didn't know that. But since I made that mistake before, I got to make it again. So there went the Machamp. And then we have Articuno with a 50% blizzard. Now, it landed the blizzard, so we're going to try to give Articuno every chance here to hit this. We're just going to Earthquake, because we can't hurt the Articuno with Earthquakes if it misses or doesn't knock us out for some reason. See, originally, I think the Rhyperior had a little bit of damage, so the one Blizzard was enough. So we're just going to go ahead and let the Articuno beat us here to get us back on schedule. Alright. Next up was Moltres. At this point of the battle, Moltres just kind of took over and ran nuts with it. Flamethrower. We did Ancient Power, which would do 120 here. But we didn't get the stat raise. So, if it raises our stats here, I'm going to have to finagle and try to get beat. But, we should just get this one attack off. It should survive it. Okay, that seems familiar. I believe it was in the red when it took over and won the battle anyway. I'm going to do Sheer Cold, hoping it misses. Because, again, Moltres is supposed to beat the Articuno. Alright, so we're back on track. Again. We put, let's see. So, we tried 2 Thunders with Zapdos, and they both missed. So, I'm going to Rain Dance. I know that the Moltres landed at least 1 Hurricane on Zapdos. I don't remember if it finished us off with another Hurricane or if it was Flamethrower. So we're gonna, again, play it the way it was gonna be. I think Hurricane will actually do more than the Flamethrower. I hate doing this. I really hate doing this, because especially in this case where the Moltres took a little extra damage than it did the first time around, it looks like I'm trying to let it win, you know? Now we get a critical hit that doesn't matter, of course. But see, that's an example right there. Like, there was no critical hit in the original, so, like, it's hard to plan these things out to be exactly like the original recording. Dragonite, Hurricane. Moltres also used Hurricane. I think Moltres wins it. Yep, and that's gonna be... That is the re-record, essentially. Like, that's not exactly one-to-one that what happened, but that's close to what happened. So, yeah. Not glorious, but at least it's in the video this way. The next one to redo is not going to take very long. It was Smooch 'em or Lose 'em and Nightmare. Two of the 3 I'm redoing were ones where I lost to the computer. Darn, I could have had a chance to have a better rep this week. All right. Alright, I know that the Aerodactyl did, I believe, 2 Dragon Dances while we Ice Punched it twice. That should be what happens here unless there's a freeze or something weird like that. I'm going to do Flamethrower in case Dual Wing Beat misses, because it should knock us out. Okay. So we're back on track with that. Now, I believe that originally the Aerodactyl loses to Licky Licky here. Alright, so far so good. Do we hit the Hydro Pump? Alright, so far this is a 1-to-1 recreation. Alrighty. If I remember correctly, it protected the first turn and then didn't need to again. Alright, so that, like I said, so far we're right on track with this battle of who was doing what. It doesn't matter what we pick, because Blaziken one-shots us here anyway. Just do Body Slam. Yeah, Blaziken basically, if it's like the last battle, just runs right through the other 4 here. Again, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that it's not as exciting for these battles this week, but, like, I already recorded them once. I'm just trying to get them to close to what they were before. I promise you my reactions were a lot more like, oh my gosh, when the computer did stuff and I wasn't aware it was happening. Alright, so there's another reenactment video done. Alright, one more to go. Just gotta reenact my Fairmont Flygon playing against, I can find him in here, Captain Spiro's crew. This one was a little upsetting for me as the Flygon because the computer was just dumb and kept using Thunderbolt and Thunder on Lantern. Let's see, we had you out there to start. Yeah. This one was a longer battle, so I'm not going to remember every move. I'm going to try to reenact as best as possible. Even if I don't get the result to come out exactly the same, as long as we get Spiro to have a win, I'll credit it with the same score as before. So we switched to Lantern immediately because Regice was going to use Thunder. I believe we then switched to Snorlax. Now, the first time I did stay in and get hit once by high horsepower. Lantern did hit all of its hydro pumps in the original run of this battle, so that's one thing that probably won't be like 100% the same. Alright, I got afraid of getting beat, so we switched out. That's a little different because I think that the Hurricane actually beat the Snorlax before, and we certainly weren't paralyzed. So we'll have to finagle things a little bit now to get Mantine to have all these knockouts. But there you go, it beat the Snorlax. I think technically Lantern ended up beating Snorlax originally, but again, this isn't going to be a 1-to-1 remake. Like I said, it used Thunder a couple times and healed it. See here, we did a switch, I believe. We also did a switch over here. So I remember, I believe the next knockout was Weezing defeating Pelipper. Ooh. We're going to quick attack, because again, Weezing's supposed to defeat Pelipper. Because what happened was it did a Sludge Bomb like on a switch, so it got a free hit on Pelipper. Now we can go with Hurricane. Although it did get the Poison originally, so we don't have that in this reenactment. And it also was not confused before. Alright, at least we bypassed the confusion. We're just going to do quick attack again, because again, Wheezing is supposed to win this. There we go. I believe Mantine came in and defeated it. It's just faster with Swift Swim. I don't know if it'll be faster now with Paralysis. So we'll have Wheezing just kind of waste a turn with Will-O-Wisp. Still faster, okay. Starmie went for Thunderbolt. Lantern absorbed it. And Starmie tried Psyshock. That was the knockout Lantern has. That rings a bell. And Regice blizzarded the Lantern. We're just going to go Thunder. Because I believe the Regice did get paralyzed in the original fight. There we go. So we got that to work out for us at least. And that happened once or twice as well. See, it's tough to make Pokemon battles exactly one for one. We have a missed Blizzard there. We have a missed Hydro Pump that wasn't a miss originally. That's okay, because I think there was a turn where we were fully paralyzed, so we'll just say that missed Blizzard was that. Alright, so yeah, that Regice did beat the Lantern. I believe it beat Wailord after Wailord set the rain back up. Like, I think it took 2 Thunders, but did beat it. Oh, chest pain tonight. Oh. We did get a body slam off from the Wailord because I thought the owner would think that was funny because he loves Wailord. And now originally he put Mantine in without it being paralyzed, and it just took off and destroyed everything. I'm going to try to let it beat us. We did not get Flash Cannon off originally. Originally, the Mantine was not fully paralyzed that turn. But again, recreation, so you're going to have different things to work through. Now, another one I'll have to work through here is originally Crobat was confused. So, the turns where it hit itself, if it doesn't get confused, I'm going to have to, like, just not do anything. Yeah, because originally it was slower because of the Swift Swim from Mantine. So we're going to do Leech Life because, like, again... Oh, are you kidding me? Okay. Like I said, originally we lose this matchup, but the game may decide differently this time. I'm not going to count Mantine as getting knocked out or reward Crobat with a knockout if the game's going to be dumb. Let's go Blizzard instead here. That's not what happened in the original, but since the game's being stupid, we're going to need to try and get the bigger hit. It did at least leave us with 1 health. Unfortunately, this Crobat only has attacking moves. So again, I want to stress, in the original battle, Mantine did not get beat, so I'm not going to count this as a knockout for Crobat, and I'm not going to count this as a feint for Mantine, because in the original, Mantine did Hurricane, Crobat hit itself, it did Hurricane again, Crobat hit itself, and it died. So this also will not count as stats for Octillery, because in the original, Octillery didn't even have to make an appearance. Trying to use the weaker of the attacks Crobat has. Are you kidding me? I got the defense drop on the first try, of course. Please knock us out so I can give this win to the... There we go. Okay, so again, not exactly a 1-to-1 because Octillery never showed up in the original, but we've got video in some capacity now of the Captain Spearo's crew defeating the Fairmont Flygon. And now, hopefully, if I did everything right, we'll resume right where the standings recap is like normal. See you there. Hang on just a moment, everybody. Alright, everyone, we're back. Sorry for that little technical difficulty hiccup earlier. We've got our updated standings. This is what they look like. Harper's Ferry Haunter and Mystic Magikarp are in a tie for first because all of our tiebreakers are tied. They both have the same number of points, and they haven't played each other head-to-head, and they don't have a common opponent that's inside the top 5. Like, I literally have to go down to, like, who played Captain Spearo's crew, and they both would win those games. So, like, there's not, like, let me see here. I'm actually going to try to do this live and figure it out if we go that route. Great Garchomp, I don't believe that Haunter has played them yet. They have not. So next one down the list would be Squirtle Squad. Has Mystic played the Squirtle Squad? They have not. So we go further down the list. Power. Magikarp did play the Power. Harper's Ferry has not played the Power. So yeah, Captain Spearo's crew. We got 1. Alright, Captain Spearo's crew. Haunter won by 3. Magikarp won by 1. So I guess by that logic, you could technically say the Haunter are in first by the slimmest of tiebreakers. I'm going to have them both listed as tied for first right now anyway. They will play each other, as you can see, in Week 10 anyway. So, like, that'll be where they can settle things there. Both those teams have 5-1, essentially in first place. Nightmare AC creeping their way back up. They're in the championship every year. And look at them, 5-2 after starting out 0-2, I believe. No, they start out 1-2. Okay, after starting out 1-2, they've made their way back up to 5-2. And they're right there waiting for the Haunter and Magikarp to slip up so that they can get one of those top seeds. Shuckle Squad, unfortunate today. Like I said, I had some misplays on my behalf. They also just had some bad luck on a couple other things, like the back-to-back Thunder misses. They're hanging out there at 4-2, still within striking distance, only a game behind Magikarp and Haunter, and they have the head-to-head tiebreaker with Magikarp, so keep that in mind. Shuckle Squad, solid 4 right now. My Flygon sitting at 4-3, losing to Captain Spiro's crew, a little bit disheartening. That owner now has 3 wins in the history of our league, and 2 of them are against my team. Granted, I was in control of his team both times he won, but still to let that sink in that my team is 2 of his 3 victories. That's, yeah. Sitting at 4-3, my team will be making some changes. Not thrilled with how a couple Pokemon have played on my team last couple weeks. There will be some roster moves. I don't know if it'll be this week or next week, but there will be roster moves. Squirtle Squad sitting at 3-3. After their loss to the Gardening Club earlier. I think it's supposed to be Gardening Club. I don't know why I have Garden Club written there. I'll have to check. Yeah, it's supposed to be Gardening Club. I don't know why it says Garden instead in a couple spots. But yeah, the Gardening Club getting their first win. They're still in it. They are 2 games out of the playoff race, and we got 4 weeks to go. So they're still in it. Smooch them or lose them, though. They've got 3 games left of the season. They're 3.5 behind. So they would have to win their last 3 and have Garchomp, Squirtle Squad, and Power all lose out. Do any of them play each other? Garchomp, Squirtle Squad. Yeah, Squirtle Squad and the Power do play each other as well as Garchomp. So the Smooch 'em or lose 'em team is officially eliminated from playoff contention this week, because even if they won all of their remaining games, one of those 3 teams at 3-3 would get a victory and get to 4 wins, making it impossible for Smooch 'em to get in. They could still maybe climb up the standings to 7, 8, 9, 10, but they could not find themselves in the top 6. So they are our first team to be officially eliminated this season. The other 10 still in contention. And of course, Smooch 'em still has something to play for as they're trying to avoid being our second winless team ever. Fairmont Flygon in the stats. Regice jumps to the top of the list now with 7 knockouts. Wish it would have performed a little better than it did today. Tried to sneak by without, tried to pull a fast one, not use some of the ones I had been relying on as much, and that backfired. That doesn't mean I'm going to use all of the same ones all of the time, but I probably should have had, like, Latios or something like that in there to help this week. I didn't. And I paid for it. Disappointed with Starmie so far this season. Crobat still hasn't gotten to do anything. It finally got out of the Pokeball this week, and it hit itself in confusion twice, so it didn't do anything. Yeah, I'm going to be making some changes. Nightmare AC. Garchomp didn't play this week, but still leading with a 13-3 ratio. Blaziken had a great day. It's 8 knockouts, 2 feints now. So it's up there in second. Still no Salamence sighting yet, but this was probably a good week not to use it considering all the ice that was on the opponent's team. Great Garchomp. Cresselia got mowed down this week, and the other Pokemon were okay, but as you can see, the team very much heavily reliant on Cresselia, so with it going down, there wasn't a whole lot it could do. Power getting a victory this week, an important one. Rhyperior at the top of the list now, 6 knockouts. Alakazam, Walrein, Moltres having a great day. That was the big reason they won this week. Squirtle Squad. Scyther still out in front, despite it being a little lackluster today. They really struggled this week, their whole team, against the Gardening Club. Harper's Fairy Haunter didn't play, so Registeel's still their leader. Captain Spiro's crew. Gyarados was not chosen today. It's still in the lead, but Mantine had a great performance, and Lantern was a pivotal pivot on defense. Without those two, that would have been a far different game. Actually, just even without Lantern, it would have been a far different game. Smooch 'em or lose 'em. Jinx still the front runner. Licky Licky did get its 2nd knockout of the season, and that team just needs to make some changes. Chuckle Squad. Zapdos still out in front. Articuno moved up to 2nd with 5 knockouts now. Mystic Magikarp. Lucario with 7 knockouts. Galarian Moltres showing its stuff today, getting up to 6 now. And Alolan Raichu had a big game today. Farfetch'd Gardening Club. Lopunny showed up big for them today. And Clefable getting the clean up there at the end. Same with Farfetch'd. And as I've said all season, this is a very tight race. Except for Smoochum being out of it, everyone's still in the playoff race. On another note, I'm at my worst record now in league history at 19-16 against the computer. Yeah, that's not great. That's not great. But we have had some interesting matchups. Like, I mean, I don't mean to throw shade, but like with some of the matchups we had today, there were certain ones where I didn't even have to start the battle and I knew they were probably going to lose. So with some of those, like, I can only do so much, you know, with those kind of lineups. But hey, that's another week in the books. If you liked what you saw here today, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, you know, all that YouTube nonsense. And actually, before I go, I didn't go over next week's matchups. Let's see. All right, next week we got the Fairmont Flygon being controlled by the computer against the Shuckle Squad. Shuckle Squad, since this is the first time you've played me since being in the league, I'll instruct you in person on how that works. Basically, I make my lineup first. I can even show it to one of the other players, like Mystic Magikarp or something, before you make yours. But like, I make my lineup first, so that there's no way that I could possibly, like, even accidentally cheat. Because like, if I saw your lineup, I would think in the back of my head, oh, I need to have something for that, you know. So I usually make my lineup first, and then after I tell you I made mine, you can submit yours. And like I said, if you want us to have a third party involved, I'll get like Mystic Magikarp or Gardening Club or somebody to be the one I send my lineup to, so I've got a record of it, you know. But yeah, it'll be Shuckle Squad being controlled by me against the Fairmont Flygon. It'll be the Mystic Magikarp being controlled by me against Nightmare AC. After it has 2 R's in it for some reason, I'll have to fix that as well. A lot of typos I'm finding that I feel like weren't there in previous weeks, or maybe they've been there and I just didn't notice them now. But that'll be an important matchup because it'll be 5-1 against 5-2. So somebody's going to be near the top of the standings. We got the Squirtle Squad at home against the Great Garchomp. That'll be a good one. 2 teams are 3-3, trying to get back above 500. We've got the Pokemon Power being the computer against Harper's Ferry Haunter, who will be controlled by me. So that's 8 of the 11 teams right there. We have the Farfetch'd Gardening Club will be me again this next week, playing against Captain Spiro's crew. That'll be an important one for those 2 teams as they're trying to make last-second fights toward the playoff race. They're both in good positions to do so, but a win would go a long way for either team that gets the win. And then the bye week will go to Smooch 'em or Lose 'em. And I think that's a game that Smooch 'em or Lose 'em will manage not to lose. I don't mean to throw shade, but that is... they have had a rough time and have refused to make any meaningful changes this season. All right, well, that's where we are. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, you know, all that YouTube nonsense. I'll see you guys next time with another week of the Pokemon Swish Draft League. See you then. Bye-bye.